Well, hey everybody, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I don't have anything in particular to talk about, but I just figured I'd get on and see how everybody's been doing, share what I've been up to, and just spend a few moments with you all. For those who may just be coming across my page, I am your girl Nott. I am the voice and the spirit behind Chit Chat with Nott, which is just a coaching and authentic platform to just talk about all the things. And it's been pretty busy, so I wanted to get on here, like I said, just to check in, see how everybody's doing, see what everybody's up to. So you gotta let me know in the chat, in the comments, and I'm gonna let you know what I've been up to. Just note that this video will be posted on my Chit Chat with Not page over on Instagram. The reason that I'm not on Instagram doing this live is because I don't have any followers. So, yeah, I just want to check in with everybody, see how everybody's doing. I'm hoping that you are all still journaling, um, and that we are all just, living our best lives. Um, yeah. So, like I said, let's start with, this past weekend. This past weekend, I had the pleasure of engaging with 17 women for a weekend getaway. Now, I am a part of a group. We call it our friend anniversary, and I am one of the friends of a friend group who have been friends for about 50 years. Actually over 50 years. And 10 years ago, they started a group, just kind of like a dinner. We would all get together. We'd have gifts, and we would get together for a few hours, one time a year in October, to just catch up, kiss, hug, cry, laugh, dance, all the things. Well, this is our 10 year, so they decided that we should get together and go for a weekend. So we went up to the Hocking Hills. We found this beautiful cabin called the Heavenly View Cabin. Absolutely breathtaking. And 17 women showed up. 17 women came. Um, Among those, of course, were the founders, and so that was nice for them to all talk about how it was birthed. But then there was, just a variety of people who have been friends with them through church and different things. The ages range from just above 60 to 46. So I was the second youngest person because I'm 47. And it's just really an amazing time, just to see that we as women can still get together, have good natured fun. I mean, we did double dutch. We cooked breakfast, we did line dancing, we got a new jacuzzi, we did a fireside chat. Now, do you all remember, if for all of those who was in vacation Bible school or Sunday school, though, or even school, but for the different reasons, but you took the paper strips and you created a chain. In Bible study in Sunday school, we would write prayers on there, or hopes, dreams, prayers, and sometimes even things we wanted to get rid of. So we made this huge chain. It was pretty long because there was 17 of us, and some of us had more than one strip on there. So we had a huge chain that we put prayers, we put what we wanted to let go of, we put what we were thankful for, all the things, and we put it into the bonfire. And it was so beautiful. We had an opportunity to, of course, pray, just speak life, and just really just capture and just rest in the moment. We then we made s'mores, because what's a bonfire without s'mores? Okay, so we had s'mores, and then we went inside and played some games, watched movies, and it was one of those things where people were doing a variety of things. So some of us were watching movies in a theater room. Again, some people were in the jacuzzi, some people were playing games, people were dancing, people were laughing. I had a little Bible study while I was there. One of the ladies and I just kind of sit still and had a little Bible study, but it wasn't heavy pressure. It was just about showing up and being a part of, that great thing. So it was wonderful. And then it was just a beautiful moment, and it was like a power of showing up for yourself and for your friends, and just leaving restored, lighter, and just full of gratitude. Absolutely no complaints. 10 out of 10. I definitely recommend. I am praying that if you have a friend group, a sisterhood, or whatever that you would be interested in getting together with, do it. I'm putting my desk on a little bit. Do it. I know sometimes it's hard to get out of the group chat, but do it. You will not be disappointed. It was just a beautiful time. This weekend really reminded me that sometimes sisterhood is that mirror that shows how far you've come and what you no longer need to carry. And like I said, I can't, it was just a bit, it's just music. I don't have anything, like I said, I don't have any complaints. But I do invite you to just kind of enter that space of this calm and gratefulness and reflection, whether you are on a girls' trip or if you were just, whatever you're doing. I think you should really try to just be a part of something like that because you will be blessed by it. I know I was. Um, Now we won't talk about it. I did kind of get sick because I was in a hot tub forever. I got in a hot tub by myself, and after I got done praying, I was looking around like it's a little dark out here. I wanted to go in. Then my girlfriends came out, so we was out there forever. But anyway. So that was amazing. That was a great weekend. I missed my family. I missed my husband. So it was nice to get away for a minute, have an amazing fun. Then it was good to come back and miss my family and get to cuddle up with my hubby. So that was the weekend. And then I'm kind of all over the place because so if for those of you who know me, you know that I was a teen and single mom. And I one of the things, people ask you all the kinds of crazy questions. Are you going to finish school? Did you finish school? Where the daddy? Whatever. But that where the daddy was the hardest thing because I don't know if it was that I internalized it or if that was what was expected. I don't know. So I can't, but it was an unnecessary question and it bothered me. And I've been for many, many, many years, because how old are my children? I have carried that bit of frustration or to the point where I had taken the twins to the doctor one day and someone says, "Oh my God, are those your kids?" I said, "No, they're my grandchildren," and whatever. They said, "Oh, tell her don't have any more." And I said, "She's 30. She can have as many children as she wants to." Now I know I look young, but stop running that mouth, okay? But we're not talking about that. What I am talking about though is that single parents, especially women, but I don't want to discount men because men are single parents too. We oftentimes carry a bit of shame that does not belong to us. You know, asking where having to explain where the absent parent is not the job of the present parent. It takes two to create a child, and I don't care what the circumstances is. I don't much give a daggone. I almost cussed. I do not care. Two people create that baby. Two people are responsible for that baby, and one person does not hold the responsibility to carry that or feel like they've done something wrong. But that's the society we live in. The burden is always on typically the woman, but the parent that stays. But this is my nudge, my advice, my reminder. Do not carry the shame of someone else's absence, and that's in every situation, not just in being a parent. Do not carry that shame. That is for them to carry, and your consistency and your willingness and ability to stay is a reflection of your strength. It is not a reflection of lack. You are more of a person. You are not less than. You don't have to feel like don't you are less than because you chose to stay and you chose to maintain your responsibilities. This may not be for everybody. It may go over some people's head, but for those people that it does resonate with, please know I am saluting you. I know firsthand how it feels to not only be alone but also have to explain something that is not yours to explain. Period. Period. There ain't a kid on earth who don't need to eat every day, don't need some kind of support every day, all of that. And it is the responsibility of both parents. There are a variety of circumstances. I'm talking about the circumstances when there is an absent parent because they just did not stay. And I just want to remind, but more importantly, I just want to remind that parent, do not carry the burden of that shame. That is not for you. Um, a scripture reflection is Psalms 34:5. Those who look to him are radiant. Their faces are never covered with shame. Do not feel shame about your circumstances. You walk as with strength and pride, and hold your head up high, because you are doing what you are required, and you are doing what you are needed to do. So my question for you all is, what have you been carrying that has never been yours to hold? And it can be a variety of things. It can be, it can be a variety of things. I won't even get into it, because people tend to, people will bait you based on circumstances that have nothing to do with you. Your parents' circumstances have nothing to do with you. I was just sharing with my great niece. I know I keep moving up and down. I'm sorry, but I was just sharing with my great niece. We were talking about parents and stuff, and she asked something about my mom in relation to my siblings, and I had to tell her we didn't have the same parents. And what I mean by that is, my mom was 15 when she had my oldest brother. She was 31 when she had me. We didn't have the same parents. So his circumstances, his situations, his memories, his ideas, his thoughts about his upbringing are completely different from mine. And it ain't none of my business. It's not. I'm not going to. I no longer get involved with things that are not mine to carry. My mom did the very best she could. My father did the very best that he could, and that's all I have, and that's all I'm going to continue to carry. But oftentimes, people will judge you based on things that have nothing to do with you. Don't allow them to do that. And if they try it, don't internalize it and do not carry it. It is not yours to carry, okay? And I want you to, whenever the enemy comes in many forms, when he tries to stir that up, remember that. This is not mine to carry. I ain't doing that. Mm-mm. Someone else's mistreatment or someone else's bad acts ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't do it. And I'm not carrying it. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not going to explain it. I'm not going to carry it. I'm not going to discuss it. Because it's a full-time job taking care of all of this, okay? That's how you should live your life. Take care of you and what you can control, or not even what you can control. What is your responsibility, okay? Okay. So I just want to remind you just to, be reflective of that, and be courageous, because you are doing the daggone thing, okay? Um, who's in their journal still? So I was thumbing through my journal, and which one was it? Which one was it? It was a good one. They're all good to me, though. You have what you need to start. 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 What have you been waiting to start, thinking that you did not have something? What is it? I need you to journal about that. And journal about that. And journal about that. And journal about that. And pray about that. But what have you been wanting to start, but you think you need something? Whether you're on this live or you're watching the replay over on Chit Chat with Nott, what is it that you have been waiting to start because you're waiting on some things? Journaling is not about about having perfect words. It's about giving your thoughts a home so that you can breathe. It's almost like throwing all those things in the fire, like we did at the girls. It's called the excuse me. It's called the Friendiversary Girls Night Out. It's like throwing all that stuff in there. If you get it out of you, God can fill you with something different. So what is it that you've been waiting for? You'd be surprised what you have already. Just do it. Start scared. Start scared, okay? You can do this. You were made to do this. And here's the thing that I want to remind people. Say you do something that doesn't work. It's okay. Because at another time, you may come back and you have different experience. So when I left my job, I worked my business for a while. Then I went back to work for 2 different organizations. Big mistake, but it's okay. I did. But when I came back out, oh, baby, I was ready. Okay? Because I knew God obviously reminded me that I pulled you out for a reason. But I was ready. I had I had the experience before, so I knew what I could do. I knew what I was, why someone asked me to come back into the workforce, because what they wanted me to do. And I realized that I can have my own autonomy and still do these things. I can do this. All right. Let's see. So, another topic that I kind of want to touch on, and I'm not going to hold you much longer, is fulfillment beyond the struggle. Fulfillment doesn't always come with finishing the checklist. Sometimes it comes from finally exhaling. For years, I chased productivity and not peace. But peace, which makes, is what makes me productive with purpose. I was talking to someone today and I said I had to slow down so I could speed up. I was whooped. I had to slow down a minute so I can get my other stuff done. So when I chased productivity versus peace, I was ragged. I was always so frustrated. I was ready to pop off. But now that that I allow peace to make me productive with purpose, I am able to help other women. I'm able to help other women balance their faith, their family, their business, their systems. I'm able to have a conversation, a trusting conversation. Okay, I'm able to coach people into just moving past that fear and moving on to greater for them. I um I am able to help people like build systems and workflows that work for them both in business and in their personal life, because while I own a business that organizes and streamlines the business world, I also have the coaching that helps streamline and guide, not necessarily streamline but kind of guide, so they kind of work in tandem so that you can be dope in both areas. Okay, you can be fulfilled right where you are, not when you get there, but right now. So I want you to kind of redefine what success looks like and make sure there has a peace and alignment perspective versus a perfection perspective. Because perfection will keep you chasing something, where if you are seeking peace and alignment, you're able to be kind of okay with with what is, okay? And so, and I so appreciate the people who have gotten on. But as we kind of close out, I want to remind you that that's what coaching is all about: helping people get organized from the inside out. There's a lifestyle coaching, which is finding alignment and courage through journaling and reflection and conversation and just being authentic and showing up as your authentic self. But then on my I don't want to say my professional side, but on my practitioner side, as a virtual operations manager, I have the admin training and professional coaching, and that teaches structure and strategy that brings confidence into careers. So if you've been feeling stretched, thin, or stuck in survival mode, coaching might be your next step. It might be your next step as an act of self care. So what I want you to do is I want you to type chit chat or message me if you're ready to take that next step to choosing you. So, as we finish, from the cabin to this conversation, this is a reminder that you are not your past. You're not your mistakes. You are not shame. You are grace in motion. Journaling and self-expression is necessary, and I just really encourage you to just pick 2 days, one for real, but 2 days that you'll be willing to kind of journal and just kind of get that out of you and just write it down. And beyond that, I just really thank you for spending this time with me. As you know, going live is not my strong suit, but I am getting better because I'm doing it, and it's the same thing for you. The more you do a thing, the better you get at a thing. And I just encourage you all to stay encouraged, of course, stay authentic, and take care of you. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.